First off, man, today was an amazing day. Towards the end, it is. So today I ended up taking about three trades today. Well, actually four. My first two trades were losing trades around the open here because we were so choppy. They went in profits, but they ended up eventually stopping me out for like a small loss. I took two smaller size trades earlier because I was expecting the market to come down, at least retrace from some of this bullshit from yesterday. That rally at the opening yesterday. I was expecting the market to come down a bit, but it ended up popping, and I ended up catching some of this short here on this red candle here. But that wasn't the kicker. Okay, let me show you the kicker today. And I missed out on a lot more, but I ended up making 15. Oh, let me not lie. And I think I'm not gonna be able to show y'all on Trader 8 because it's 6 o'clock now and everything refreshes after 6 o'clock. But I ended up making roughly around $1,200 on MNQ, okay, which is NQ. I just used the micros rather than trading the actual NQ mini. So I end up catching this short, but before I break down this short, I'm going to break this short down to show you how I caught it and what I saw and what I always trade when I'm trading. Okay, so I did signal this trade to my Discord community, and I'll show you guys that signal right now. So I end up signaling this trade to my Discord community. Now, if you can see here, so I did end up signaling this trade to my Discord community. As you can see, I have it listed literally right here. Okay, before it even happened, right? I told it I'm looking at shorts. I'm interested in shorts. Then I finally pulled the trigger around 255. I'm short MNQ. Okay, I signaled the trade to the Discord community, and if you're not a part of it, you missed out on some gains. Okay, we end up making good money today on MNQ. If you're interested in that, we do trade live every day, Monday through Friday, and this is what we do. Okay, now let's get into this actual trade. So today I ended up signaling a beautiful short on MNQ, and it's a textbook short. If you didn't catch this short, it has either because you wasn't watching or you just don't know what the fuck you're doing. Because this was probably one of the most easiest shorts you could have caught today. Like the easiest, bro. And I'm not even joking. All right. So for me, I trade support and resistance, not that ICT bullshit these new traders trading. Okay. Now all that new shit, I trade simple price action. And that's where I stand out. If you want trading to be easy, you have to keep it easy. You have to keep it simple. Right. So I ended up taking a nice short, but here's the game plan. Okay, let me actually use the replay tool here and break down why I end up going short. Okay, now all morning I was telling my Discord community that I'm not too bullish biased. I like shorts for the most part, and when the market dropped later in the middle of the day, there was an opportunity to wait for the market to come back up and retest this resistance. Okay, now this is what I kind of call a trap. Most people that are just getting into trading, they call them sweeps or liquidity sweeps and things like that. Hold on, can we zoom in some more? All right, cool. So a lot of people will call them sweeps, but I call it a trap. I've been calling it a trap for years, and I've been noticed this type of price action. Okay, so we had this resistance here during the pre-market, right? We broke it during the day, and then we fell back below it. Now, if you ever took any class I've offered, any type of one-on-one training or something like that, then you know this is one of my textbook setups, what I call a TRR setup. Okay. Now, typically, when price breaks back below a level, it'll come back up to retest it. And here's where you typically want to short, risking a little bit above that area. So if I were to short at that resistance, my stop loss is going to go a little bit above this area. Okay. And I'm going to look to target either a 2-to-1, or if I have a bigger target, you can catch a 3-to-1, 4-to-1, whatever your target is. Okay. So let's see what happens. This is exactly what happened today, and this is exactly why I traded this setup. Okay. Market pull back, pull back. I didn't want to get short yet until we retested the area. We finally retested the area, retested it, retested it. Okay. And waited for a bearish engulfing. And this is the kicker here. I told my Discord that I won't take the trade if we don't get a sign of reversal. And that's where a lot of you guys fail at. Keep this shit as simple as possible. Here's where a lot of you fail. Wait for the reversal. You don't have to pick the high. You don't have to pick the top the bottom when you're trading, because trying to pick a bottom and trying to pick a high is where you will fail at. Okay. So with that being said, is I waited for a sign of reversal, which I wanted to see a bearish engulfing here. Okay. So for an example, let's say, boom, next candle opens, bearish engulfing. So what did I do? I go short. Okay. I end up going short, risking the high of that bearish engulfing, which gives me a very tight stop loss. And if this dumps, then guess what? I'm finna make some money. Okay. But let's go to a 5-minute time frame to give more confirmation on this. We also get a 5-minute bearish engulfing. Okay. But at the time, we had a nice bearish channel here. Okay. A bearish channel like this is what we call a ascending channel. Is typically a bearish channel. And look at how beautiful that is. You know what I mean? Like, that's beautiful right there. I don't think y'all understand. Risking above that is going to be a super tight stop, but it's going to be a confirmed trade. A lot of y'all are trading just to trade and trying to trade ICT bullshit and all that bullshit, bro. Keep trading simple if you really want to catch big moves, bro. I guarantee you, you will catch huge trades. It'll be a lot less stressful, and you won't be over trading trying to figure out which gap works, which fair value gap works, which, shit like that, bro. I can tell I know who've been trading a long time, and I know who've been in it in the space for a long time or just getting into it. So boom, I end up going short, risking that high. Now, mind you, I did sit on this trade, and let's see what happens. We get in, we go straight into profit. It bounces a little bit. Fucking money. Fucking money. No, I did get out early on this trade, because I was looking to target this low here. And let me give you some free game. Whenever there's a pattern, whenever there's a trading pattern, your first target is always going to be the high or the low of that pattern. That's like always. You can go back and you can back test and see how accurate it is when you target the low or the high of whatever that pattern is, right? So I end up targeting that, and I did scalp some more of this downside and made a little extra. But look at how beautiful this trade is, bro. Nothing extra. It's simply support and resistance. Like, a lot of y'all gotta, like, bro, y'all gotta stop falling for like these influencers that's showing y'all $10,000 days, $20,000 days. That can happen, but that's just not typical, bro. You want to be as realistic as possible. You want to be as consistent as possible. And even with prop firms, yeah, you can make a lot of money, but a lot of these props have rules that keep you from making a lot of money. You know what I mean? So this was a trade that I ended up catching today. Um, I caught some other trades. I did catch this short here earlier on live on TikTok live, by the way. Um, but this right here was the day, man. I mean, this happened right at the close too. That's the crazy part. It happened for how many 30, 45 minutes before the close, or 30 minutes before the close, which is crazy. So yeah, man, I ended up catching that trade end of the day. Beautiful trade, and that put me up on a day, and I kept it simple. When you want, if you want to be the best trader you can be, bro, figure out how to keep it as simple as possible. If you're thinking too much about trading or taking a trade, you're probably on a smaller time frame. If you don't know how to manage your risk, because you're probably trying to scalp too much. Like, trading is simple. I don't really like calling it easy, but at this point it's easy, bro. You just got to know what you're doing. Once you know what you're doing, this shit is clockwork. So if you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe, bro, because I'm really changing the game for a lot of traders, man. I'm changing the game for a lot of people getting into the space. They understand how simple it is. They're not overcomplicating the shit, and they're finally uh getting payouts, getting funded, and just enjoying trading, bro. Because you're supposed to be enjoying this shit, not stressing out about this shit. Especially nowadays, because you got so many people doing this that are good at it, and you can just follow along, until you actually learn it for yourself. And I teach hundreds of people day in and day out, and this is what we do. If you're not a part of the Discord, I can show you testimonials, reviews, all type of shit but you gotta want to do this shit for yourself. Can't nobody tell you to do this, can't do that. But if you make it hard on yourself, you just make it hard on yourself. You know what I mean? So um, for the people that are interested in trading live and finally becoming profitable, the link to the Discord is down below if that's something you would like. But if not, make sure that you subscribe, like the video, leave a comment down below because I like when y'all comment because it gives me something to talk about on my next videos and things like that. And I'm always giving value every video. So consider subscribing because I guarantee you're gonna learn some on this channel. You're gonna learn a lot. And when you do make that jump to join the community, it's gonna be the best thing you ever do. But other than that, uh, I'm done for the day. I just want to make this quick video showing you guys the trade I took today. I will show you. I'm up like $800 today. Like I said, I was red, but I was red like $400, so I ended up making like 1,200 to bring myself back up to 800 profit. So overall, solid day, solid week. I am up, I think 20. So I'm trading. So I'm currently trading Apex again, bro. Yeah, I know I use Top Step, but I purchased these Apex accounts last week because when they had that 90% discount, I was like, you know what, fuck it. Let me just purchase them to see uh how they because it was cheap. That's why I'm gonna just be honest. This shit was cheap. So I said, fuck it, let me buy it and let me, just have them on the side. People still say Apex is legit. I don't really have nothing too bad to say about Apex, but the fact that sometimes they deny payouts, but they always have a reason for why they deny it. So and such. But the worst thing you can do is join a prop firm and put all that work in and don't be able to reap the benefits of the work you put in. Like not getting payouts. That shit'll suck. Yeah, we working hard as hell to get our money, and for you to deny us will be insane. You know what I mean? But um yeah, man. I'm trading my PAs right now. I'm leaving my top steps alone right now because I wanna see how Apex is, and I'm up 2,200 in the account. So I need like the buffer, and it's a 50K account. They were like $16 last week, but the buffer for Apex is 2,600, meaning in order to request a payout, you have to take the account from 50K to 52,600. So $52,600. Then you can request a payout, right? So I have the account up to like 2,200 right now, 52,200. I had to make like $400 more and wait like I think 5 more days, 4 or 5 more days, 4 more days. Cause you gotta work. It's like 8 trading days. You gotta trade for at least 8 to 10 trading days or something like that. So boom, once that happens, going into next. I might not trade too much tomorrow in the account. That's Fridays, some bullshit, some that sometimes. So um, going into next week or the end of next week, I should have it up. I don't know because some days are better than others, but I should have the account up pretty nice. And then when that first payout window comes around, I'm requesting a payout from Apex just because I want to see if they're still legit. I know they're legit, but I've used Apex before, but when they started implementing all those newer fucking rules, I said, you know what, I'm done. I took a payout, I fucked the rest of the account up, and I'm back just because it's cheap. Something I can fuck around with, and if they're still legit, I follow the rules. I've been green every single day this week, so we're gonna see if we can take a payout from Apex, and then I'll make an Apex video. You know, I'll make another Apex video, but for the most part, if you're looking to find a prop firm in future space, I definitely recommend Top Step. That's like my number one. Top Step and Tradeify, because Tradeify, you're able to request a payout. Not in Well, they have what's called straight to funded, meaning you don't have to pass an evaluation if you don't want to. They have evaluation accounts, but they also have straight to funded, where if you don't want to pass an evaluation, you're able to take not take payouts, but you're able to trade, with a funded account and take a payout within 10 days without having to pass an evaluation. So that's a good thing too. I do have some affiliate links to those. If I don't put them down in the description, somebody comment and um comment about the affiliate link so you can sign up for either one, and I'll drop the links. But leave a comment if you want me to. So other than that, I appreciate y'all watching. I'm finna go enjoy the rest of my day. I gotta hit this gym, which sucks, but you gotta get it in. So I'm finna go to the gym. I'm gonna catch y'all on the next one. Yeah.